easy to jump to the conclusion that everyone else is an idiot. But sometimes if we have the courage to assume someone knows something we don't, we'll have a much easier time. I had just finished just a couple weeks ago, the last seminar of the year. The travel department had done me a favor and put in extra effort to get me a flight home that night, and I was overjoyed. I had over 2 weeks off. I couldn't wait to get home. I got to Chicago and texted my partner, everything looks good, see you at 12:20. Yes, midnight. So we boarded, we took off, and in less than 2 hours, I was going to be home, snuggled in my bed, full of holiday spirit. And then about 20 minutes later, the captain came on the overhead. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm sorry to tell you, we actually have an indicator light telling us that the cargo door is open. We need to return to Chicago to get it fixed. And as the plane banked to the left, headed back south, I pictured my adorable white side suitcase plummeting to a watery grave in Lake Michigan. Of course, the passengers around me were pissed. This is the stupidest thing I've ever heard. We're halfway there. Why don't we just keep going? Understandably, we were all pretty frustrated. It's 11:30 at night. We all just wanted to get home. Some of us were headed home on business, some getting to family for the holidays. No one wanted to be on that plane. We had a bumpy ride back, a bumpy landing at O'Hare, and I started thinking about what was in that suitcase during the 10-minute taxi back to our gate, wondering what was actually floating in the Michigan. So we arrived at the door, they moved the jet bridge over, and we're all thinking, why do they need to move the door over? Just fix the cargo door and let's go. Of course, more complaining. Moments later, maintenance guy got on the plane and we overheard him talking to the captain. Oh yeah, the door was closed. The handle just wasn't flush with the door, so the sensors were tripped. Of course, in my mind, I thought of my cute little white hard-sided suitcase safe in the cargo hold. Whew. But of course, people around me were still complaining. This is so stupid. Then I thought about the two guys in charge of the plane. They went through extensive training, probably had hours of flight time. They'd know what was best. They didn't take our lives lightly. And I started to think of some of the reasons maybe they did have to turn around instead of continuing on. Then the captain came over the loudspeaker and explained the situation. The indicator light came on. We didn't know whether the door was open or not. An open door would affect pressurization, so we couldn't climb any higher and we had to turn back. Pressurization, breathing. I like breathing. If that door was open, who cares about my suitcase? I want oxygen. I'm glad they turned around. Of course, more complaining. As much as I wanted to put on my motivational speaker hat and give everybody a pep talk, come on guys, let's see the positive. Of course, I didn't. Everyone was so frustrated. I know I would be booed out of my lucky upgrade to first class. Those of us who are status stowaways in first class have to guard our position lest people find out that we didn't actually buy the nice cushy seat, which was pretty comfortable at that exact moment. So our 10-minute stop turned into 50 minutes, and once we taxied, parked, shut the latch, refueled, finalized the paperwork, and got back in O'Hare's notoriously long takeoff line again, more complaining. Some comment, of course, about first world problems, which started to turn the attitude around a little. But how often do we do that? We don't like the way something's turning out, so we automatically assume that the person in charge is an idiot. What would happen if we gave people the benefit of the doubt and assume they know something that we don't? We would have an easier time accepting things that don't go our way and smoothing the way for life to unravel as it sometimes does. Whether it's in politics or our kids' school, at work, with executives, or on social media, we often just automatically assume somebody's an idiot rather than giving the leeway that we would actually like ourselves. Feels good to blame someone and make them the villain of our little drama. But ultimately, the world would be a better place if we assume our fellow humans are using their best judgment and aren't actually out to simply mess with our lives. So next time you're frustrated and you're looking for someone to blame, the likely story is that they know something you don't. They might just save your life. At the very least, that change of perspective can improve your day. Now, sometimes, admittedly, history proves that people are idiots. But until that proves that, let's give them the benefit of the doubt.